what's going on, everybody? Once again, joined by Brooklyn. She has a new fancy dancy haircut. She cut 8 inches off her hair, for those of you who care. Today, this is so last week we did, what was last week's topic? Pet peeves.
Our pet peeves.
And then today, both of these were Brooke's ideas, and they were fantastic. No, they're good. So last week was pet peeves. This week, we're going to share some like hard truths. So things that, you don't
want to hear, but you kind of need to hear it.
Exactly. So this is once again, I feel like we each can share 70 of them, and we might like riff off of each other's, but I have 3, Brooke has 3. We don't know what each other's are. They might be the same. They may be different. Mine are aggressive.
Okay. I thought mine were kind of aggressive too, but I guess we'll see.
Okay. Who wants to go first? This is going to be a choice. Usually I just say you or me.
I want to hear yours first since it's...
Okay. Well, we'll go back and forth.
Yeah.
But, all right, I'm going to try to figure... Okay. We'll start strong.
Don't hold back here, okay?
No.
This is like, where you... Hold on. Just there's these things on Instagram where it's like along the lines like, if I wasn't your friend, I would say this. Or if I was,
Yep.
Like you're just telling someone what they need to hear. You're not caring about their feelings.
So it's funny. I usually try, when I do these, I try to like diversify, like one for nutrition, one for strength, one for whatever. A lot of these are more geared around weight loss.
Okay.
So first one is stop using age as an excuse. And
That's a great one.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go down the female rabbit hole with that because that's not what I specialize in. I'll let you talk about that. But for my guy friends, I often hear it, especially at like, not like places like yard work, but yeah, places like yard work or just some of the older male individuals or even males my age, right? The young, ripe age of mid-30s, where it's like, oh yeah, as soon as I turned 30, started to gain weight. And it's like, sure, our bodies are definitely changing. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure hormones will play a part into that. However, the other thing that usually happens as we age is our activity decreases. So, people become parents or they become busy professionals where they're not playing sports 7 days a week or going to the gym 5 days a week. They're now binge watching Love is Blind on Netflix. They're spending a lot more time or a lot less time doing the more activity. So that is probably why you're actually gaining weight. Yeah. Because you're moving less. You're probably eating more like an asshole. You're going to more of these work outings where like you're getting beer provided to you and like maybe you have like lunches at work and like, oh, there's so many more sweets and everything's more available. So it's like, it's sometimes hard to hear, but age is not the main reason why you're gaining weight. It's probably because you're just lazier. Yeah.
And I posted something on my story the other day. Actually, it was on my birthday. I said, age is inevitable. Strength is a choice.
Yeah.
That's true. And we know so many people who are older and very fit because they choose to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And do I think it's harder? I do. Like if you've never had fitness or nutrition as a focus for the first 30 years of your life and now you're trying to make that healthy choice, it is definitely harder than it would be if you were in your 20s. Yeah. One of the reasons, though, isn't because you're older, but it's because you've had those habits longer.
Harder to break.
Exactly. They're harder to break, and there's probably things in your life that are going to, even inhibit change, like the ability to make change even more difficult. Like you have kids at home or you have, responsibilities with work. So you don't just have like the free-flowing life of a university student.
Yeah. And I was going to say something about that too. Oh, I was going to say, but the cool thing is that like, if you've never done, fitness stuff or working out or, really focused on making the good choices and you're older, I get it can be like intimidating to start, but because you haven't done it, you see change really quick.
Absolutely.
Right. So like, instead of being like, oh, this is so hard to start, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like give yourself a chance and watch how quickly you will see and feel a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Never too late to start.
No. Okay. Your turn.
Okay. Your results have not plateaued. Your effort has.
That's a good one.
I think I said this to a client actually a few years ago. I think that as soon as people start to feel a little stall, it could be 4 days. It's like, I plateau. And I'm like, shut up. You have not. Right? Like,
do you actually say shut up?
Sometimes. Nicely, though.
Yeah, right.
I'll be like, stop. No, that's not a plateau. I don't say shut up to my clients. And I think it's, okay, so let's talk like real plateau is going to be longer than 4 days. Like, if it's been, a month or 6 weeks or longer and you're really not seeing anything, I would say like just really evaluate your effort, because you do have to change things. What you did to lose the first 20 pounds or 10 pounds is you can't continue to do those things and see results. But also when people get to where they want to be, I've talked about this before, maintenance is really hard. Maintenance is the hardest part. Sometimes people get too comfortable and something starts to slide. It's a little bit here, a little bit there. You're skipping workouts more easily. Maybe your sleep isn't on, your energy isn't there, and you're just like, but you're still kind of doing the things, but the effort and the discipline around it has changed. So I think before you just automatically assume that you're, in a plateau and need to jump to something new, is just question your effort. Like, have you been, and this is something that only you can answer. And I ask my clients this question all the time. If you have more to give it, because I don't know if you do. Only you do. That is a very internal question that you know the answer to. So it could just be that you've been slacking, and that's okay. And it's going to be really easy to fix. But instead of looking for necessarily starting, or not necessarily starting to do more, like I need to do more things, you just need to tighten up what you're already doing.
I mean, it's also important to note that what got you to A might not get you to B. So
yeah,
when if you do have weight loss as a goal, for example, and now you're down 10 pounds and you're like, oh, I still want to lose the next 5 pounds. Those last 5 pounds might be a lot more difficult than the first 10. Maybe you do have to you have to adjust your calories. You have to go into more of what you perceive as a calorie deficit because you weigh less now.
Right.
Maybe the intensity of your workouts has to pick up. I also think like taking weight loss, not as the goal, but if I think of my runners, so if I have someone who ran a half marathon and they ran it in 2 hours, and now they want to run the half marathon in 1 hour and 45 minutes, the level of effort and intensity that they're going to have to put in to take 15 minutes off is higher than what they might have had to do to hit 2 hours, right? So it's like you have to change some of those bits as well.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool.
Like it.
Okay. Okay, next up. So pull up, chin up.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited to hear this one.
Like I said, I think mine are more aggressive than yours. So pull up, chin up. I think this is a common goal that a lot of people have. And oftentimes when you're looking online, you'll be like, hey, do these things to get your first pull up or chin up. And we do a lot of this as well. Yes, you want to do things like dumbbell rows. Yes, you want to do things like barbell rows and ring rows and banded pull-ups and hanging from the bar and building your grip strength and all this stuff. However, at the end of the day, it's really about a strength to weight ratio as well. So not only do you have to be strong, but it doesn't matter if you're super strong. If your body weight is really high, it's going to be really difficult to get that first pull-up or chin-up. So even if you're repping out 50-pound dumbbell rows, but you weigh 300 pounds, it's going to be really hard to do that first pull-up or chin-up. So if that is a goal that you have, yes, you need to build proper strength. However, you also want to make sure that you have that strong weight to strength ratio. And I don't know what the secret formula is. It's not about like, okay, you need to weigh this much and be able to lift this much. But it is something to think about if you do have that as a goal.
Yeah. So what's like a one-liner you would say to somebody who's like trying to get a chin up or a pull up? Like to summarize what you just Isaac is staring into my soul. No, but it's like things you don't want to hear. What would yours be? I would say
okay. Let's say this. Because I primarily...
I'm just thinking of it like things you don't want to hear. Tell me what I don't want to hear. I can't get my first pull up.
Okay, well, this is all about just being really honest.
Yeah, I was just, I wasn't doing it to like put you on the spot, kind of, but like...
So if I think that you're you're strong enough. Oh man, no. I don't know if I would say this really depends.
You wouldn't be this mean in person.
This is so rough. So if it's someone that I've been working with for a while and I know this is their goal and they've been trying to achieve it, the response might be like, yes, we can focus on getting stronger, but the other goal might be that we need to see you lose some weight in order to get.
Yeah. Okay. That's a great answer.
Is that what you wanted me to get at?
Yes, that's why I wanted you to get it. But I like that you preface it like, okay, if you know a client really well and you have that relationship, we can be like, we're working hard on the pulse. If we lose 10 pounds, which you have to lose, like these are going to be easier. You're not going to go to a new person class, be like, man, you need to drop 20 or you're never going to get this.
I'll also say this. I think the reason that I'm really hesitant towards it is I think of our female clients and our male clients.
Yes.
It's different because I'm a male. If I was to say to you as a female, hey, you need to lose 10 pounds to do your first pull-up, like I think that's really rough.
And it's also easier for guys to do pull-ups with just generally more upper body strength.
Sure.
Right? Like you can have a guy come in who's never worked out sometimes and they can just like go and rep out a few, right? Not the case for 99.9% of women.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So that's a really rough one. But it's actually, it was Will that really opened my eyes to this because I remember like we would record a lot of these videos and then he was always saying, he's like, the most important thing is a strong weight to strength ratio when it comes to pull-ups.
Yep.
And when he said it, I'm like, fuck, that's so true. Like, it doesn't matter if you're super strong. If you weigh 400 pounds, it's going to be really hard to get a chin up.
It might sound harsh, but it also gives people something to think about aside from just what they're lifting in the gym, which we all know you want to be the best in the gym. What you're doing outside the gym matters. So if you're trying to get chin ups and pull ups, you're kicking yourself in the ass in the gym and working hard and lifting heavy, but like you don't have the nutrition, regimen to support weight loss. I know it depends on the individual, what we're saying, but it's something to think about. Maybe some people are just thinking like, I'm just trying to increase my weights on all of my rows, but they're not like, oh, maybe if I had a little bit of a weight loss goal,
that's right.
It would make it easier. Facts.
Yes. Other bit on that, just to like show a real world example, I'm going to quiz you.
Oh, okay. Bring it.
Who do you think is stronger, me or Curtis?
In what?
Just in terms of the amount of weight that they can lift.
Well,
you know what the answer is.
Curtis?
Yes, of course. Who can squat more? Who can bench more? Who can pull more? Curtis is significantly stronger than me. However, this might be a challenge. I guarantee I can do more pull-ups and chin-ups than Curtis can. Why? Because I weigh significantly less than Curtis. And because of that, like my strength is still pretty high though. I can rep out pull-ups and chin-ups.
Yeah, you can.
Curtis, who is still probably leaner than me and stronger than me, but because he weighs more,
he's got a lot more to pull.
So
I was thinking since I cut my hair, like I should probably be able to get out like another couple other reps now since I'm so much lighter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you buy me one of those things?
It's the greatest.
I keep seeing it. I'm like, okay, let me pick up my phone here.
I know, it's great. Your turn.
Okay.
I'm sweating.
No, that was a good one. You are not too busy. You lack structure and priorities.
Yours are so much nicer than mine.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, I think this is really true. Because
it's a good one.
I have, and this goes for like getting your workouts in, doing your food prep. We're all fucking busy. I've worked with very busy women. I'm talking 4 kids, very like high level jobs, lots of travel, and I've seen a ton of success. And it wasn't until they really prioritized what they wanted to get done and carved out the time. We all have 24 hours. I understand everyone's 24 hours looks different. It's true. But you cannot add hours to your day. And saying that you're busy, you might as well just say, I'm choosing not to get fit. I'm choosing not to be healthy because it's not a priority. That is what you are saying.
And
you don't get to complain. You shouldn't be able to complain because you can do it. I've seen moms go for walks at 5 a.m. in the winter, work out late, squeeze it in on their lunch break, do what they can, meal prep when the kids go to bed. There's someone busier than you getting to where they want to be.
I think it's important to note too, I do think using time is an excuse, 100%. However, to your point, it can be that fitness isn't a priority for you right now. And if you can say that, to me, I'm like, that's great. Like step one is just, admitting that we have a problem.
Yeah.
And, if like you've been trying to do whatever and you're like, oh, just nothing is working, I just don't have the time. It's like, no. I'd rather you tell me like, yeah, you know what? I've been trying this, but like, it's just not a priority right now. It's like, okay, now we know this.
Yeah.
The true problem is it isn't a priority right now.
Yeah.
So how can we make it more of a priority? What are some things that we can change?
Yeah. And I think that
just admit that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And I think too, if you're someone that's, is wanting to do better, wanting to work out, wanting to eat healthy, and you're just like, I'm so busy, I also think you probably don't have realistic expectations and you're trying to do too much, because you don't need to add 4 hours onto your day to become healthy. It's like starts with little decisions. It might be like going to bed at the same time, waking up 15 minutes earlier so that you can do that quick breakfast prep and not skip breakfast now, right? It's not like I'm too busy because I don't have time to add in a 10-mile run in a 4-hour food prep and get 10 hours of sleep, right? So I think if you just like adjust your expectations, if you have the goal, be realistic about what you can achieve. Yes. Even if it's little, you're going to see a big difference. So I guess it's like they're not priorities, but you could set smaller ones that I bet are very doable. Yeah. You might be thinking that you have to do too much and you have too much on your plate to add in something small. Yeah. But you're not too busy. You're just lack structure.
I like it. It's good.
Thanks.
Okay. Last one. Did you save your best for last or
no? Okay. I don't have mine in any order.
Yeah, no, me neither.
This isn't the meanest one coming?
No. The middle one was. And it's not that the middle one was the meanest. I just think it's very that is a hard truth. That's all.
Yeah. Good one.
This one is, if you have a weight loss goal, eating healthy isn't always the key. And the reason I bring that one up is, I'm sure you hear this all the time as well, but when I start working with a client and maybe they have weight loss as a goal, and I'm like, okay, talk to me about your eating. Very often, people don't usually say I eat like shit. It's very often I eat really healthy. I do this and this. I don't eat processed food. I don't eat out. I don't drink. I don't get the orange mocha frappuccinos. So it's okay, then what's the issue? And the issue can be that you're eating too many healthy foods. So peanut butter.
Peanut buddy?
Peanut buddy. I like that.
Me too.
Peanut butter isn't inherently unhealthy, right? It's a healthy food. However, you can overeat peanut butter. You can overeat anything.
Yeah. Right? Let's talk about some people's delicious granola yogurt bowl. That's 800 calories for breakfast.
Absolutely.
And all it is Greek yogurt, granola, some blueberries, peanut butter, a little bit of honey, some flax, some chia. You're not measuring that shit. You just had a Big Mac meal.
Exactly. So that's the thing, is eating healthy isn't always the key to weight loss. There still needs to be some form of restriction. At the end of the day, maybe it's not having 4 hard-boiled eggs. Maybe it's having 2 or 1. Even with protein, your husband did a good post, and this is something we talk about often as well. We always think of increasing our protein. Yes, most likely you have to increase your protein, but protein is still calories. So if you're increasing your protein and you're not taking those calories away from somewhere else, that could potentially lead to weight gain if you're currently at maintenance. So, you still need to limit bits.
Yep. Because if you're not tracking, you're guessing.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay. That was great.
Yeah.
Okay. My next one. I feel like this one kind of goes with my second one, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you aren't where you want to be, you're the problem. But you're also the solution. So I think that we're quick to blame, right? Work or the kids or whatever, but every decision you make is a choice and people need to take ownership, right? You don't need to look for the next best thing. You don't necessarily have to do more, but you need to take ownership, and everything that's happening that you're doing that you don't like, you have the power to change. It's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite books by Jocko Willink. You know who I'm talking about, Jocko. It's called Extreme Ownership, which is just, it's pretty much all about what the title is. We need to take ownership in our lives and stop blaming everything else. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's there's things in all of our lives where like we don't have control over what affected us. However, 9 times out of 10, chances are we're in the situation because we put ourselves in that situation.
Yeah.
So there's no harm in taking ownership. And in fact, I think when you do take ownership, it's very freeing. And it's like, okay, the fact that I'm taking ownership means that I can change a lot of these things.
Yeah, you put the power back in your hands.
Yeah.
And I think another like little line that I love is if you don't set your priorities, someone else will. Your boss is going to give you something to do at the end of the day. Maybe you're going to have to work, your lunch break is short, but can you pipe up and say, hey, I need 15 minutes here to go for a walk for my personal health.
Yeah.
I can't do, and I mean, I don't know people's jobs and scenarios, so I get that might not be easy, but when you set boundaries, people will respect them. And I think sometimes we just lack that authority with our own boundaries and our own priorities. And when you do, good things are going to happen. Like you are going to set yourself up for success first and foremost, just by like being like, okay, I'm not stuck. I actually can change this. I didn't have to make that decision. I chose to. So yeah, ownership.
Love it. Love it. Any other bits?
That's all I have.
Well, we have our highlights, our member highlights.
Right.
I have someone, if you don't, at the top of your mind anyways.
Yes.
You need a minute? We usually, before we start, we're like, okay, who are we going to share so we don't share the same person? You potentially got one.
Just talk slow.
Yeah, but then you're not going to pay attention to who I'm saying.
I know, I do really want to pay attention.
Yeah.
Isaac, we didn't talk about this ahead of time.
Yeah, see, this is just how you put me on the spot. So what is the one-liner you would tell me?
Just so you guys know, if you're not watching this, when I said that, Isaac was staring into my soul and I could hear what he was saying in his head, but without words.
You're going to get me canceled. That's what I was saying in my...
I was like, no, Isaac, I want to hear it.
I was saying it Morse code with my eyebrows.
Oh, I could tell.
Okay, I'll go with mine first. So...
I'm going to pay attention, I promise.
That's fine. Truthfully, I've actually never worked with this individual.
Okay.
No one at our gym has worked with this individual yet. So she is brand new. She has her first 30-minute personal training session with me tonight. And just like really quick side note, before people go into our group classes, they do a few personal training sessions with us, just so like when they get into class, they don't feel like they're completely lost. So in these sessions, like, yes, we talk about movements, but there's other things too, where it's like, hey, this is where we keep the clips. This is where the chalk is. So just like they kind of know how to navigate the class. And some people just decide to just work with us with personal training, which is also fine. But anyways, so this lady's name is Katrina. So she just started. She is a mom to 2 young boys. And the reason I want to give her a shout out is this is kind of like a general shout out for a lot of this avatar where we see a lot, where she used to go and she used to do CrossFit pretty intense before she had kids. And like, she was at a certain level of fitness. She was really happy and healthy there. And then became a mom, just really put all of her attention and focus on her career and her kids. And I think the fitness sort of slipped. And for that individual, for that avatar, it could be so intimidating to step foot in a gym again. So I'm just like, I was talking to her a little bit yesterday and I'm like, man, good job. Like,
it's hard.
Thank you for stepping in. Like that is honestly the hardest part, is walking in first to just chat with us and tell us about your goals. And then the next hardest one is just coming for that first session. Yeah. So, I'm always just super proud of those individuals, because I remember my first time walking into a studio like this, and because we're here all the time, we just think like, yeah, it's, everyone here is so welcoming, which they are. But you don't know that, right? It doesn't matter how many times we say that, you kind of have to experience it. So
I agree.
I haven't worked with her yet.
Okay.
But I'm super proud that she took the first step of signing up and coming in the gym.
Good job, Katrina. Excited to meet her. Okay, I do have one. Gurneet.
That's a good one.
Love Gurneet. I remember her when she first came in, and it's just been really incredible to see where she is now. She's currently pregnant. I'm going to say 4 or 5 months. And had she have not built the structure and the consistency with her training before, she probably wouldn't be where she is right now. So she's doing so much good for her body in this state. But just like, I remember her, she wasn't doing barbell work really when she first started with us, which is fine, right? Like if we have back squats up and someone's not doing back squat, they'll do a goblet. I remember seeing a weight of hers on the board and I was like, yo, Gurney did that? That's amazing. So it's really cool to see someone very beginner come in and for them to have not only the body awareness, but just the increase in strength to do so much more. And then now she's like pregnant working out. You know, I think that's so great. And I love
really
Gurney. Cool. She's awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Really quick side note as well, just in terms of like, this like inclusive environment at Movements. So yesterday I was training, or I was about to start my personal training session with Michael. So he's just doing personal training with us.
Yep.
So he was warming up on the bike and then I'm like getting ready. Right. And, Catherine, it goes to the water fountain and then I just see them talking back and forth and I'm like, oh, like he knows Catherine, like they must work together or they know each other somehow, whatever. So I didn't really think anything of it. And then I go over and I go over and Catherine's like, oh, I made a new friend.
Catherine.
Gardner.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, I'm like, oh, you guys don't know each other? She's like, no, I just introduced myself. I haven't seen him. So I thought I'd say hi. And I'm like,
it's family here.
I'm like,
That's so
oh my
great.
gosh. Michael's like, you guys are so nice. I'm like, I swear I paid her to go and talk to you.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, but like that, like we see it all the time, but like it's if you are hearing this and like you're nervous to make that jump that you're going to be judged in this environment, like you really aren't.
Yeah. Okay, just one more thing I need to share on that note. And I shared this with you, but I need to talk about a new member that came to our gym that I was calling, call the new members, make sure they're happy and, enjoying things. And I left a message on his answering machine and he ended up getting back to me later that night and texted me. And he said...
Who is this?
Shane.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He said, just want to get back to you. My experience has been great so far. I've struggled for a long time with being consistent at going to the gym and never felt I was weight training properly. The positive and supportive vibes from the personal trainers at Movement make me look forward to coming in for my sessions, and they are giving me confidence in the gym that I've never had before.
That's cool.
I cried.
Aw.
Got some tears. I was like, oh, it's amazing. But I just love it.
Yeah.
Environment is everything.
Yes.
If you don't feel comfortable in space, you're not going to grow. And you might not step out of that zone, but I think this is a really like safe space to do that. And I mean, we have a lot of proof.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we take it for granted because we see it so often that now we're like numb to it. But
it's just normal.
Yeah. But like, I think it is important to reflect on those bits. Like when you hear those messages from Shane or I see Catherine talking to Michael, I'm like, like this is like we've created this space.
It like breeds, right? Like the same sort of thing, right? You can't come in here and be a dick.
Yeah. And that's, I remember one member, I'll tell you after,
you're not saying it on air.
no, because it's not a negative thing,
okay.
But when she joined, she's like, I'll be honest, I was intimidated to join because you guys always seem so nice and I don't know if I'm nice enough.
Really?
Yeah. We're like, do you know what?
goodness.
Like that's good. Like I want to make sure, we are all very similar. Like we're all very supportive. We're not all like, I have a lot of energy in my classes. I don't expect everyone to come with that energy. We have introverts, we have extroverts. Like you think of Marina, right? Like she's such an extrovert.
Yeah.
But then her partner Marcella is definitely a lot more introverted,
Yeah.
right? So it's like we have all of those individuals, but like the one thing that we do all share in common is like we do just want what's best for everybody. So all of our members like are very encouraging for the other members. Not that we've really had this issue, but like if there is, a bad apple, like we'll have conversations because we want to make sure we protect the culture that we've created.
Yeah.
Because this is a space where people come in and they're super vulnerable and we want to make sure that they feel comfortable and heard.
Yeah.
So it's important to us.
It is.
Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
Awesome. We will
good.
see you all next week.
Next week.
If you have any topic ideas,
Let us know.
let us know.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.